Assalamu alaikum class. How are you all? I hope you all are good and healthy. So welcome you on board again in the revision lessons of this session. So here's me Shahbaz Hussain. For moving on further, first we have to start some kind of tricks, some kind of magic which we call math magic. So you just read the steps and go further. This is step number 2, and then you just pick up the number, and then there's step number 2, got your number. Step number 4 is they double the number and touch the number which you got the answer, and the step number 5 is and add 14 to your new number. So follow these steps, you got the magic. And the step number 6, he said that once you have your new number, divided it by 2 or half it. And the step number 7 is the new number, you got it, so just touch it, the new number in the below given numbers. And the step number 8 says when you got the new number, you have to subtract from the previous one which you just think of the number, the starting one number which is in step number 1 and the number which you got in step number 7, and subtracted both the numbers and you got the answer. So I bet the number you have now is, this is the magic of this kind of numbers. So I hope you calculated all the steps, and the answer for your number is here is 7. So when you done with all the steps, you got the answer is 7. Now moving on, this is some sort of a magic for you to have some fun. Next, moving on the revision, to go back to the revision topic, which is ratio, rate, proportion, and we are studying unit rate. Unit rate is basically, first we have to revise the ratio is a comparison of two quantities, which is, we can say that 17 over 20, 15 over 20, and 13 over 12 and all that. And when we say that this is a rate, is a special type comparing two different units, which you can say that miles or hours, 120 miles in 2 hours, so which we can say that miles per hour. And when we say that this is a unit rate, so unit rate is basically means miles per hour. In 1 hour, how much car travels, cover the distance. So 60 miles per hour, 120 miles per hour, 2 hours. This is not a per unit quantity, this is the per unit quantity. So next, moving on for the classwork question, these all questions are classwork questions, so you have to solve these questions on your notebooks, and the notebooks will be checked as an assignment for your upcoming exams or online assessments. So first question number 1 is Andy biked 24 miles in 4 hours. If he traveled at the constant speed, how many miles did he ride in 1 hour? So he said that calculate the miles per hour. So first we have to make the formula, which is miles per hour. So for 24 miles in 4 hours, 24 miles in 4 hours, we have to divide, the formula is speed is distance over time. So 24 miles per 4 hour, we have to divide it with the 6 miles per hour. So which when we divide with the 4, we got the answer 6 miles per hour in 1 hour. So he traveled the bike 6 miles per hour in the speed. So next, moving on, question number 2 is a 12 pack of Gatorade cost $13.44. What is the unit price per bottle? So first we have to make the formula cost per bottle. He said that find the unit of price, cost of price per bottle. So we have the cost of the 12 bottles, 13.44 divided by 12. Now we are going to divide it both the quantities with 12. We got the answer, which is $1.12 of the price per bottle. So just simply you divided the number of bottles with the total price, you got the answer per bottle. This is the per unit rate of the value of the bottle. Next, moving on, question number 3 is the price of 3 different bags of cat food are shown in the table to the right. So cat food of different sizes, different bags, different weight. This is a 3.5 pound weight cost is $4.83, 7 pound cost $9.45, and 20 pound cost $27.20. So this is a price list. So which bag has the lowest price per pound? So we are going to calculate per bag of each price over pound. So 3.5 pound cost is basically 4.83 divided by 3.5, which we cost 1.38 per pound. So this is per pound price for 1 pound, which is 1.38. So for three different sizes we have to calculate per pound per, which is the lowest price, which one is the lowest price. So this is the best price of the per pound price of the cat food. For 7 pound bag, so 7 divided by 9.45 divided by 7, so we got 1.35 per pound. Now for the 20 pounds bags, which is cost 27.20, so 27.20 divided by 20, we got 1.36. Now you can see that for 7 pound bag, this cost much less of between these three bags, sizes of bags. So 1.35 per pound. 7 pound bag is the least expensive food for the cats. Next, moving on, question number 4. After 3.5 hours, Peyton had traveled 161 miles. 161. If she travels at the constant speed, how far will she have traveled in 4 hours? Right? It's 161 miles for 4 hours. So first we have to say that miles per hour, which is the formula, which is the unit formula of the distance time. So 161 miles in 3.5 hours. So we got the 46 miles per hour. Now we say that how much far will she have traveled in 4 hours? So we just multiply with the 4. So 46 miles in 1 hour multiply with 4, 184 miles is the distance travel in within 4 hours. So first we have to calculate per hour miles, per hour duration, per hour distance of the Peyton. So this is the 46 miles per hour. In 1 hour he travels 46 miles, and in 4 hours he travels 46. In 4 hours he travels 184 miles. So the answer is 184 miles in 4 hours. Next, moving on, question number 5. Jerry can jog 1/3 miles in 1/4 hours. Find his average speed in miles per hour. Next, again, the formula is miles per hour, which is distance over time. So the miles is 1/3 miles in 1/4 hours. So first we have to calculate per hour distance. So for per hour distance, we have to reduce this one into 1 hour. So we multiply with the 4 of the numerator and denominator. We got the answer. So 1/1/3 divided by 1/4. So 1/4 divided by 1/4. This one becomes 1 hour. And when we change this division sign into multiply, we got this reciprocal. The fraction becomes reciprocal. So 4 into 4, 16 divided by 3, which is 5/1/3 miles in 1 hour. So when we remove this 1/4, we have to just divide it with both the quantities with 1/4. We divided both the quantities with 1/4. We got this 1 hour in the denominator, and the numerator we changed this divide into multiply. We got the answer 5/1/3 miles in 1 hour. So he said that find the average speed in miles per hour. So this is the average speed in miles per hour. 5/1/3 miles per hour is the average speed of Jerry jogs. Next, question number 6 is Mr. Isaac is spreading mulch in his yard. He spreads 2/3 square yards in 2 hours. So he spread this much quantity in 2 hours. How many square yards can he mulch in 1 hour? How many? So we have to calculate this quantity in per hour. So we just have square yards per hour is the formula. So the quantities are substituting the quantity, which is 4/2/3 miles per 2 hours. So just remove this 2. So we divided with 2. So when we divided with 2, when we change this divide into multiply, we got 1/2. So 14/3 is 1/2. 1/2, 2 ones are 2, and 2 sevens are 14, which becomes 2/1/3 and divided by 1 hour. So the answer for this question is Mr. Isaac can mulch 2/1/3 square yards per hour. So these are the questions which are class 4 question. For the practice one, for the distance time, how to calculate the unit per unit value, how to calculate the cost of the things, how to calculate the speed, how to calculate the distance, how to calculate the time. So these are the questions of the speed time ratio. So hope you understand these questions. I have also attached the worksheet of this topic and will you guide in the classroom. For any queries you can ask directly the questions related to this topic. So stay tuned, be conscious about the classworks, be conscious about your test revisions. Take care. Allah Hafiz.